able to limp it to a place I thought was a good spot to do the crank position sensor, so that's what I did. I changed it. Must say I'm getting pretty good at that crank sensor. I was toting the one one from Mabel, my other Jeep, around because I knew I'd need it sooner or later, and yeah, it just happened to be sooner than later. So this is Sinking Creek Road, I think is what it was. Here we are. We got 6 miles on this gravel road. God knows what else. This is it's been a trying trip, I'll say that. Man, I had a long night. It was quite a drive here. So evidently there's maybe 2 of these places, one of which I got turned around trying to find. The other, this place, I found about 4 o'clock in the morning. It's about 7:30 now, and yep, 7:28. I packed everything up. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got the rooftop tent. Took it off the trailer. Of course, I'm having problems with the trailer right now. I got the axle in the mail, but I ordered the wrong axle. My fault. Perch mounts in the wrong place. Anyway, this is what I got now, so I'm rocking this. And I slept up there last night. It sucked. I really spoiled myself with the tent on a trailer where you can work with it. You know, it's a lot easier putting back together. You know, there's Daisy. It was a lot easier putting back together on a trailer, that's for sure. This is for the birds. So let's get on out of here, folks. You guys, this is Breathitt County, and this is these trails go on for a long time. I'm here to tell you, they really do. I really do not know my way around here, but there really is lots of wild horses. started coming here. And honestly, I fell in love with this place. This is Indian Creek. I really did. God, that's probably been 25 years ago. A friend of mine came out here in his Volkswagen bus. He had a 69 Volkswagen bus. And we came out here and we were going to camp right out of his bus, right on the side, because this is no man's land back then. I mean, it was, you didn't see anybody. Nobody was on this road. It was a gravel road, but there was substantial potholes. It actually petered out into a mediocre four-wheel drive trail. I don't know what went on after that. Probably got worse. But this was an awesome area back here. Still is. Still is a great area. It just overcamped now. That's all. That doesn't mean we won't have fun. Kind of spoiled. I got this pretty snazzy, which it actually used to light up. Unfortunately, the cable was kind of wrapped around stuff, and I tried to pull the thing out, ripped all the cables out the back. I was able to hardwire it to where the fan still works. Unfortunately, the time, it used to say the time on the blade of the fan. Pretty impressive. It lights. Of course, it lit up. But still not really keeping the bugs away. Bugs are pretty bad. Guys, I don't know if you all have rooftop tents or not, but I have to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of it being on top of my Jeep. There are numerous reasons, but number one is it is a pain. It's a pain to set up, tear down, just get in and out. I mean, I put it on my trailer. I don't have to unfold the ladder. The ladder is double strong and sturdy. This feels chintzy. It's just, I don't trust it. I don't like it like this. I can't wait to get the trailer going again. Seriously. I don't need a rooftop tent that bad. If I don't have a trailer, then I don't want a rooftop tent. Good morning. Sitting here eating breakfast off of Indian Creek in the Red River Gorge. I wanted to tell you all about something. I'm staying in this rooftop tent right now. I've slept on the ground, you know, in a ground tent. Well, I've slept on the ground on a tarp. I've slept in a hammock. I've slept, you know, I've tried just about every variation that's humanly possible, I think. That can change. Excuse me. All that stuff I can change. I can adapt to whatever. You know, if I got a ground tent, if I get a, you know, whatever it is. But I want to let you know something that I cannot change about my gear. Now, it hasn't really been that long ago since I got this refrigerator. And the refrigerator is really, really, really a game changer. The one thing that, you know, I can go camping with a ground tent. I can go camping with a hammock. I can go camping with, whatever kind of setup, sleeping on the ground. That part I don't mind. But what I would mind, with the exception of winter, I don't want to buy ice. That is an inconvenience, actually, is not having ice available. I wanted ice for a mixed drink last night, for instance, and I was lucky. I put the bourbon in there. I put the Coke in there and chilled them both and poured them into a cup, and they were ice cold with no ice. So there's ways around that, but I would not change things. I would not go on a trip, a long trip, even a weekend trip, without that cooler. That cooler is the best addition. It's kind of an unsung hero. It's pretty important, to be honest. So, just wanted to rant and tell you guys about it. This is, like I said, this is Rock Creek. I'm sorry, not Rock Creek. This is Indian Creek. And if that's coming out, but there's a whole bunch of minnows in there. It's nice. It's early morning, about 9. The only reason I've stayed so long without packing up is because it's pretty heavy dew last night, and I letting everything dry out. I know that when I put this tent up, it'll be in there for at least a week. So I'm kind of just letting everything dry out. But yeah, here it is. Got the dogs following me around because I just cooked a pound of bacon. Maple syrup flavored bacon. So good. You guys, I understand, in this thing we do, a lot of people have these rooftop tents, and people have different variations of these traction boards, which I'm actually lucky because, and I'm not going to recommend this if you don't have a traction board, or if you don't have a bag or something to kind of protect the cover of your rooftop tent. But everybody knows what I'm talking about here. These are traction boards. These are from Schmitty-Built, and they work. I like that they come with this bag. I actually really like it. If for some reason they get muddy, I got to use them, then that's easy. I just shove them. I don't put them back in the bag. I just shove them up somewhere where they'll stay. When I get somewhere, I'll rinse them off and throw them back in their travel bag. But I try to keep them in this travel bag. Because of this travel bag, I feel like I've found the best place for you to store these things. Because honestly, that can be a hassle, is finding a place to store these. So, what I've found is, this is literally the best place I've found to store them. Right there. Now, I've got the bag because, so I don't worry. You see, I don't worry about those nubs and whatnot, like doing damage. But as you can see, that's the right size. I don't know, you guys, some of you fancy guys got, expensive places to put them bolted to the sides of your trucks, or I like the on the back of the spare tire deal. whatever you got. But if you don't got, and you have a rooftop tent, take this into consideration, because it literally, I mean, works pretty good. So, all right, y'all. I got to tell you, I mentioned an unsung hero of my gear, but probably the biggest one is this Jeep here behind me. This is a 94, excuse me. It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's got a 3.5-inch lift with a spacer for that ARB bull bar, which was on there when I got it. The transmission was out when I first got the Jeep. I've had it probably 25,000 miles or so, 30,000 miles, but I really have not. I've had this thing running coming up on a year. So yeah, I've really put it through its paces, and I've beat the snot out of that thing. I work on that Jeep a lot, but for what I do with it, I don't think it is par for the course for a Jeep with 300,000. I think it's 276,000 miles. It's 78 maybe, but it does pretty good. I swear by the BF Goodrich tires. More specifically, those are all-terrain tires, not the mud terrains, not the KM3s. I'm sorry, folks. I hear you screaming at me. For everything that I do, that's the tire that I need right there. I'm so confident in my tires, and as soon as I say this, so confident in my tires that I do not carry a spare anymore. I will say that that's probably a 50,000 mile, 40,000 mile tire, and I probably replace them with 15,000 miles left. So I have a good halfway runnable set, on the backhand, which usually I'll swipe them around to other vehicles that I have, but that's a different story. The point is, this Jeep here is a 94. It's got a name. It started out Gorbachev. That's the battle wagon now. So it really, it's earned its keep. I mean, I've really put it through its paces, and it's earned its keep. So for those of you guys that follow my channel, this is the second Grand Cherokee that I've had during my channel. It's probably the 10th that I've had. It's a good one. It's raggedy 300,000 mile Jeep that I can hit the key and rely on. So that's what I need. It does everything that I need. It's not the biggest Jeep out there. I don't care about that. I don't go doing extreme stuff. My goal is to get to these outdoor places and enjoy life comfortably. And that does all of those for me. So that's why I drive what I drive. This is a cheap vehicle to maintain. Unfortunately, there's quite a bit of maintenance, a lot of replacing parts, and kind of catching up with maintenance, but it's treated me very, very well. So another vital piece of my gear revealed.